Pick that up.
Yep. This week on the podcast, we're joined by our friend Mark Ponte, and we're wrapping up the Skywalker saga, and we're doing Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. What's the moral? If you don't like your last name, just steal a more famous one. Hello, and welcome to the Royds Review Podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And I'm Mark.
And we are back once again talking about Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. And you're listening to a podcast, and we're three guy talkers. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Feeling real stretched. You know, that was a nice stretch that I just did.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie said it and he abandoned ship. I'm good, Rob. How about you?
I'm a verbal Stretch Armstrong.
Nice.
You never know what I'm doing well. I watched this movie, The Rise of Skywalker. This was the second time I had seen it. I saw this in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Mark, how many times is this for you?
This might be maybe only my third time, I think. I also saw it in theaters, and I think I watched it again when it came to Disney Plus, and then now.
Interesting. This is my first time.
Ooh. Were they gentle?
No,
This is a movie, Rob.
They shot
That's
a giant bolt of lightning into the sky, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
test audiences didn't like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So they changed it. That's the entirety of this movie is that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we'll talk about that. But first, the
Wait.
year of our Megazord. What's up? What's up?
What are we going to talk about?
The movie,
What movie?
The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, shit. I forgot why we're here.
Oh, Robbie. The year of our Megazord is 2019, and
That's the year this movie...
Well, that's
that's
the current year.
Robbie, get out of my head, Robbie.
Oh, I can't. You locked me in here.
You know I did. Well, I'm going to start at number 7, and here's why.
Yeah.
It is Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, with $1 billion.
Okay, $1 billion is a lot. I feel like that's a massive fall off because the last two Star Wars were firmly number one.
They sure were. But here's the thing. This legitimately is a very big year for movies.
Yes.
Because we're at number 7 and we already cracked $1 billion.
Yeah.
Number 9 and 8 also crack $1 billion, and that's Aladdin and Toy Story 4.
Wow.
Aladdin was fine. Toy Story 4 was also fine.
I like
Yeah.
Toy Story 4.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's
fine.
Yeah.
They wrapped up the story and then continued.
And then did more
And then
story.
they wrapped it up again. Yeah. Number 6 is previous episode Joker with $1 billion.
Wow, that did better than this movie, huh?
Yeah, an R-rated movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of shocking.
That is a little crazy.
But
Yeah.
all the incels need a hero.
You know they do. They were let down by this movie, and then they went to Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
they weren't patient enough to just watch a Martin Scorsese movie, so they had to watch
Right.
this.
They said there's no comic book characters in a Martin Scorsese movie. Number 5 is previous episode Captain Marvel with $1.1 billion. Wow.
Captain Carvel and just serving ice cream.
Man, ice cream cakes. Yummy.
Do you think that was well received than Rise of Skywalker? I mean, it did better financially, but I know people were.
I think generally it was, because Captain Marvel is, as we reviewed it, it is an almost nothing movie.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Marvel is at least like solid.
Yeah.
And I don't find it as annoying as Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker kind of, I can see why some people are like, this spits in the face of everything I grew up with, where Captain Marvel's just like, girls?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them, that's the thing. While there was definitely like incel backlash to both the movies, I feel like most of the backlash to Captain Marvel was it could be a hero movie with girl heroes.
Yeah, even though Wonder Woman came out like 4 years before this.
But boys are superheroes.
Yeah. Well, number 4 is Spider-Man Far From Home with $1.1 billion.
He's in Europe.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, what's that smell? Oh, right, Europe.
Tom Holland is actually quite close to home, I believe.
Oh, very good. Excellent. You know, I see that a lot of people are hating on this movie. I quite enjoyed it.
I watched it once and I enjoyed it, and then I've heard everyone shit on it. I'm like, maybe I need to revisit it. Also,
Yeah,
maybe I don't care enough.
Yeah, I haven't revisited it, but I remember as I watched it, I was like, this is good.
I'm
Far
sure.
From Home?
Yeah.
Far from home.
It's okay.
I'm sure we will do that for this podcast one day.
Oh, 100%. I really enjoyed the Mysterio mind fuck scene. That was a really good scene.
What I don't need everything to tie back to Tony Stark.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah, I think that they keep doing that. They keep, like, for all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, they always have a mainstay of the MCU in it. The first one was Iron Man. The second one was Nick Fury. The third one was Doctor Strange. It was just so that people aren't like, which Spider-Man universe? Because they just, there's like a billion Spider-Man movies within like 10 years. So they were like, we have to make sure everybody knows what universe this is. But number 3 is Frozen 2 with $1.4 billion.
Oh, that's a nothing movie.
that. Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
yeah. Just watch Frozen 1. You're good.
Yeah. Number 2 is The Lion King with $1.6 billion.
Garbage.
Yeah, trash.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, all the expressive animations in the original cartoon, and then they're just like looking at a fucking stuffed animal sitting there just blinking at, oh, I guess my dad died. Anyway, time to go meet Seth, that's Seth Rogen or whoever the hell he meets.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner.
Yeah. Not a bad, actually I liked them. That was the best part of the movie for me, but.
Oh, yeah. Especially because they actually said farted.
Yeah.
I mean, The Lion King, it's got good bones, like that.
Yeah.
It's a good story.
Specifically
but, like,
elephant bones.
Very good. Very
A lot
good.
of those.
Yeah.
The Elephant Graveyard. Excellent, Robbie.
Yeah.
But like, I remember when that was coming out, I was like, why? And then, it's $1.6 billion. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Why?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Can't
Did
defend
well.
China with animals.
I didn't love how Can You Feel the Love Tonight was like playing, and it was clearly during the day. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Replace it with Afternoon Delight. Number 1 is Avengers Endgame with $2.7 billion.
Jesus.
All right, let's all say it at the same time. Which is better, Infinity War or Endgame? 1,
Infinity
2,
War.
3.
Infinity War,
Infinity
Robbie.
War. Yeah, I know. God.
Infinity War. Infinity War is the best MCU movie. Fight me in a parking lot.
You gotta say on the count of 3 and then say you can't say that on the count of 3 after you say the thing we're supposed to say.
You know what, guys? Fuck me. All right? I'm just a dumb piece of shit, I guess.
Andy and I were on the same page.
Did either of you jump on that bandwagon or was like, let's give Disney all our money and see it 6 times?
No.
I saw it once in theaters.
Same.
Yeah.
I saw it once.
Once in theaters.
And I
I'll
enjoyed
tell
it.
you what. Yeah, same. I really, I didn't, for some reason, it didn't occur to me, but like when Cap, spoiler alert, picks up Mjolnir, I turned to Alexis and I said, oh shit. like out loud. And I don't do that during movies.
Yeah.
That's how I know I had a good time.
Yeah.
That movie got people pumped up. I went with I took my wife Lauren and we went with some friends, and like she had seen maybe 1.5 Marvel movies, and she was like getting pumped in the theater, just like not knowing what the hell was going on at all. She was excited. So
Yeah,
like they did a good job.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
The
It's
on
just-
your left in Endgame is like, let's go.
Yeah. And then fucking like you see all of them and he's like Avengers, and then he whispers like assemble, like, all right, nobody heard you. But
Yeah.
really
What?
cool. Really cool. Are we going or what?
Did Doctor Strange go around and give them all earpieces too before sending them through the portal? Put this in your ear. Just wait a minute.
But it's just like comic books. It's a 10-year payoff. It's great. It's
Yeah.
really, really good. But
I
Infinity
agree.
War is better.
Yes.
Yeah, like as a story.
Mm-hmm.
We should talk about Rise of Skywalker, though, right?
I don't know. Endgame's so much more fun.
Yeah.
It is. It is much more fun.
For truth.
The songs won't make sense, but you know.
We get the opening crawl. Emperor Palpatine has returned. He's broadcasting a message across the galaxy. General Leia has sent secret agents gathering intelligence. Rey is training, and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren seeks to destroy him to solidify his own power. Right away, it just feels like we're back to where we started.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of did like a big cleanup on aisle episode 8.
Like, the fact that we're already starting this movie and we're diving right into Kylo Ren's evil, it's like, didn't we kind of resolve that? Like, yeah. I know she didn't take his hand, or like, I'm going to lead with you. But, like, didn't we kind of establish he isn't really evil already?
Yeah.
Right. He's just an angry boy.
Yeah. I don't know. So, right away, I'm just feeling like we've been here already, guys.
Yeah. Also, I think, right away, the return of Palpatine is weak.
That sucks. You know what? If you're going to do that, do it from the first of these movies.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, by the way, it was me the whole time. That sucks.
Or lay some groundwork, or just do something. I know they didn't have a plan, but like if they had done even, and if you kind of go back and you watch this like a little bit, like I think that they kind of took a couple cues, like they laid a little bit of loose threads to pick up, and they kind of tried to lead those to Palpatine. But yeah, it feels very much like, I guess he's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's lame.
They didn't feel confident enough with Kylo Ren being the big bad, and they didn't have the balls to turn Rey bad. So knowing they needed a big bad, they just said, fuck it, it'll be Palpatine.
They should have done Darth Plagueis.
Fine.
You know, that would have been so much better, and I feel like that there actually is groundwork laid there from Return of the Sith or Revenge of the Sith or whatever. You know, that would have been awesome. Palpatine's master, overwatching everything since day one.
Yeah, that was my question. Is who is that? Is that the guy who he was like, oh, you could have like eternal life or whatever?
Yeah, when he's like super obviously, he's like, have you ever heard of the exact thing you happen to need? Like fucking Dumbledore giving out 3 points at the end to make sure Gryffindor wins. Just like, what are the odds to save even the ones that you love from death? Anakin's like, this guy's talking my language.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. Yeah, but overall, just like honestly, like a cowardly move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because like you could have the final boss be Rey, but like she doesn't even have to turn. It could just be like an internal struggle, and you can like movie magic that into something really interesting and cool and new.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're like, nah, remember that guy?
Even if they want to do something where they keep Luke alive and make him the big bad at the end. Something ballsy and different as opposed to just like, yeah, remember the big bad from the first movies? He's back. And now listen, Ian McDiarmid is as good as ever. Because he
does his job.
He's still hamming it up, but it's just I don't want this.
Yeah.
I do enjoy this opening scene with Kylo Ren slaughtering an army of dudes, but I really love his trick shots when he's like stunting on guys. Like he does this one thing where he does like a spin and slides backwards as he stabs a guy on the ice.
That was cool.
Moonwalks.
Yeah, like he does it later on too, where he feels the need to show off while he's killing people, and that's fun.
Yeah.
Classic Kylo Regimen.
Yeah. I like his flair.
The dramaticism he gets from his grandfather. Yeah.
He finds this little pyramid. It's a Sith wayfinder, and he's going to use it to get to Exegol, the hidden Sith world. He meets up with Emperor Palpatine, and Palpatine does some impressions and tells him that he's been controlling things. So this is even the first time that Ren's meeting Palpatine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He does a good Rodney Dangerfield. He does some good impressions. I can't get no respect. Take my wife. Go ahead. Take her.
I really like how he looks like just decrepit here, and like his fingers are kind of like cut off. I like his look. I like how flippant he is at points because he goes, "I've died before."
Yeah. He's like, "Kill me, I don't care."
Why didn't they just do this? Why didn't they just make it Snoke? And then Snoke was just like, "Yeah, that wasn't really me." Like, why did you know? Like, they could have done the same exact thing of just, I'm not really dead. So why switch gears here and just out of nowhere?
Because Palpatine is nostalgia.
Yeah, that's it.
Nostalgia makes money.
It gives me power.
Unlimited power.
What a lazy name. The Final Order.
Yeah.
I feel like it brings it around to Order 66. You know, like it kind of.
Yeah, but it feels like because this was just called the First Order, so we just immediately jumped to the Final Order.
It's like the Xbox. You know, you got 360, and then you got the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Get ready for Order X.
Get ready for Order Series X/S.
If you want the CD drive, you get the X series. I think I don't. It's hard to follow.
You can bundle it with our new red lightsaber. Palpatine also hints at Rey's familial ties, but it's like, just say it. I hate when movies do this, where they're like, I'm about to say something, but I'll be vague about it, and we will leave. And it's like, finish the conversation. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
How do you think, like, Kylo Ren, they just wrap up the conversation? He's like, all right, I'll see you later. And then he leaves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. All right.
We cut to Chewie, Poe, and Finn. They're playing space chess. It is cool to see this game again. Mm-hmm. We get an alien. This alien's voiced by Mark Hamill, right? Am I right?
I didn't know. If that's true, I didn't know that.
Oh.
The guy that's like, just win the war.
Yes, what can we do for you? Win the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that makes sense. He's a fantastic voice actor.
Yeah.
Really is.
They escape the TIE fighters using light speed skipping. So I have two questions here.
Mm-hmm.
Questions. One, who the fuck is this alien guy on the Falcon with them? There's like this slug guy that's on the mission. But then he never appeared for the rest of the movie. God!
But I liked the big screamy. He's like, "Wah!" I was like, yeah, hell yeah. More of that weird shit.
Maybe they were like rescuing him. That was the mission. I don't know.
I don't know. Also, I find this movie really solidified that I don't like Poe. I think this guy kind of sucks.
Oh, he blows. He's a terrible character.
Yeah, he sucks.
I agree. That's like,
it's like
half of a Han Solo.
Yeah,
but like also he's like goofy too. I don't know.
He's too goofy.
Yeah.
I like Finn throughout all three of them. I enjoy Finn's character. I like who he is.
He's consistent.
I don't know. Yeah. Poe is just like, I'm the hero. It's like, shut up, dude.
Yeah. My other question though was, so the TIE fighters can just light speed skip with them, like they just enter their orbit and go with them? Is that how that works?
They established in the last one, because I had the same question that I was like, well, in the last one they could track you through light speed.
Yeah.
So maybe that carries over.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
But that's why he does the second jump, because like I don't think they could, like, since the beacon was tracking them the first time, but they're not there now, so the second jump's probably like, you know, somewhere else. They can't track that because too quick.
It also seems like an incredibly dangerous thing to do. Because what if you like light speed through a planet and you die and everybody on the planet dies?
Well, he light speeds like right in front of like an asteroid or something. And it's like, did you just blast through the asteroid, or do you not? Do you like disintegrate and reform and like?
No, you. So they establish it in A New Hope when he's like, "Oh, you got to set your vectors, or you don't want to crash right through an asteroid." So like obviously, like they exist like in the physical realm.
Poe wasn't setting anything.
No, but like they're treating it like it's like jumps in Guardians of the Galaxy when they're using little portals almost.
That's absolutely
But yeah, no, it's supposed to be that they're just going in a straight line. Like hyperspace isn't like the quantum realm or anything. It's just you're going fast.
Rey trains with General Leia. She's struggling with her connection to the Force. This doesn't look good. The spliced in footage of Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, and everything she says is so generic.
Yeah.
Like, she'll be like, what about this and this and that? And she's just like, yes. No. Yeah. Always trust a droid. Like, it's just like generic. Like, are you an automated voice message?
Yeah.
Are you dead?
Yeah.
In real life?
It's like that episode of Rick and Morty where everyone's just like, my man. It's just like,
and it's the greatest day of his life.
Human music. Kylo touches Vader's mask. Didn't this shit get blown up in the Force Awakens? Wasn't this on a ship that got exploded on the Force Awakens, Vader's mask?
That makes 2 ships it was on.
Didn't they take it like through the Force or something?
Oh, that's very possible. That's why I'm genuinely asking.
But then it was on that planet, and the planet got blown up. I don't know.
I feel like they're making replicas.
Yeah.
He's just at this point, Kylo Ren's just pulling replicas out of his closet.
Yeah.
And acting like the real
edition. thing. Only 2,000 made.
I won the bid on eBay.
My dark bidding.
Rey trains with a red laser ball, similar to the one Luke trained with. This lightsaber throw is really cool when she stabs the ball with like a stick or something and then catches the lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Classic Raymundo.
Yeah, it's vintage.
The dad from Rocket Power. Remember him?
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. That's ROYDSREVUE@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
Ren tells Rey to join him. Rey has a vision of her on Palpatine's throne. I wish she actually took the throne for a little bit at some point in this movie, so that's kind of a shame.
That would have been a fun twist.
Yeah.
Rey gives Leia Luke's lightsaber, feeling that she hasn't earned it. And the Falcon returns to the Rebel base. Both the Falcon and BB-8 are fucked up. And I find this really annoying because there's a lot of bickering in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like right here, Poe and Rey are annoyed at each other and they're bickering. And then it goes nowhere. There's no resolution.
No.
They decode the message from the spot and it's somehow Palpatine has returned.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's what I know. I know people like to use that line, but like that's not the explanation. We get the explanation of clones and the Force. That's what Poe knows. That's not what we know. Like that's not. They didn't just say that.
But that's literally how the movie. Like I know the movie explains it with clones and shit, but because there was no setup to it, that's how it feels.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there is an argument to be made, and I make reference to it in my song that like. When was the last time that you saw like the big bad die because they fell into a giant explosion? Like they always survive that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's hardly groundwork.
You even said that in the one where that happens. You said that in that episode.
It is a very like I don't know. It does feel like even then they didn't quite know what to do, and then he falls down a hole. Like
right. So I mean,
yeah.
But like again, if you do this in the first movie, where Snoke is working to resurrect Palpatine, and that's the plan of Snoke, you've earned this.
I agree.
But just in the third movie, being like, I don't know, clones or whatever, that's your explanation. That you don't earn it. You haven't earned it.
100% agree.
Snoke was Palpatine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But like
Snoke didn't know that though. Snoke like thought he was his own person.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like an unknowing clone.
Yes. He was being manipulated by Palpatine unknowingly. Yes.
Okay.
You know, I just wish we got more of this throughout these first 2 movies of someone trying to bring Palpatine back, and now we're here, and at least we know why we're here.
Yeah.
As opposed to studio notes going, "Oh fuck, they really didn't like the last one."
Yeah.
They and they're trying. I think they've tried to kind of take a step back with like the Disney Plus shows and like lay a little bit of groundwork for that throughout the shows. But it's like that doing it after the fact is just like you said. It's just cheap. It's like, we decided that we could patch it up later. Let's just get them in there.
Yeah,
you know,
right. That's like video games releasing unfinished. It's
exactly
like you can't do that with movies too, man. Like,
They They were relying on, we have comics and Disney Plus and video games to explain all this stuff away, so let's not worry about spending too much time in this movie.
Exactly, and it's like, hey, they'll buy the other media too, and we'll make even more money for being not planned out. And it's like, fuck you. No,
how else are you going to find out what happened if you don't buy more stuff?
Exactly. It's like, no, we ain't.
I'm going to go on a podcast and criticize the movie.
Yeah. Whatever that's worth,
Disney hates this.
Yeah. We see Rose, and she has maybe 2 lines in this movie. Glad we spent a half hour with her in the last one.
Yeah, she's just about as patched in as Carrie Fisher.
Completely abandoned.
It
It definitely feels that way because every time we see Carrie Fisher, it feels like Rose like pokes over her shoulder, goes, "I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm in this movie, guys."
The Hobbit has more lines than she does.
Yeah, for real. Poe tells them that they're all fucked. C-3PO's in this movie, and he's as annoying as ever, guys.
Oh yeah. More so, I think.
Yeah, he's horrible.
So my wife and I were watching this, and she didn't watch the others. Like, she kind of on and off watched the last two, but she didn't watch all the others. And like when C-3PO was on screen, I was like, this fucking guy. And she's like, I don't get it. Why you hate this guy? And as the movie went, she was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
He sucks.
Yeah, this guy blows.
Rey tells Leia that she knows how to get to Exegol. Luke was studying it. They need a Sith Wayfinder. Finn asks Rose to join them all on their mission, and she's like, no, audiences last time preferred that we weren't a couple. Probably racism. I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
Didn't test well in China, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
They leave R2 behind, so now we got 3PO and BB-8 as the droids on this mission, and then we add a third droid later, and I'm going, why even bring 3PO?
Yeah. They just keep adding droids, and I hate that about these trilogies of just like, we'll just add a new guy instead of using
a little guy.
Yeah, we got a black BB-8. Now we have a little guy that's on a little rollerball, and he's a weirdo. Like,
yeah, will kids buy the cone droid?
Stop selling drone toys. Yeah. Like, stop just
the little cone droid. His name is Dio, as in Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah,
last credited anything. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren has his mask fixed up. I think this looks sick with the red in it.
Yeah.
But again, we're going back to where we were, because in the last movie, he removes the mask and destroys it.
Yeah.
Right. So I can see that as him being like, no, I am a bad guy. I am a bad guy. I can see that. I get that.
Okay.
Well, also after he killed Snoke, he's like, no, it is cool. The helmet is cool.
Yeah.
Shut up about the helmet, Dad. I mean, Snoke.
I mean, we see throughout this trilogy, he's really just trying to convince himself he's a part of the dark side, but he's not. And that's what's compelling about him.
No one who says they're evil is actually evil,
right.
Guy.
They should have done, in my opinion, people thought that he was going to be like some secret double agent in the beginning, like in the first movie. Like, they thought that like Han Solo knew about his mission. Like, they could have done so many more interesting things than him just flip-flopping. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do, they're doing a Darth Vader with him, just like a little different. Darth Vader, in the third movie, he's like, am I good? Let me throw this old guy off the balcony. Let's see what happens.
Let's pull that thread.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren walks by with the Knights of Ren, and he's looking cool with this fixed up mask. And we see these two stormtroopers, and one goes, the Knights of Ren, and the other goes, goals. Fuck this movie. Fuck you. That's stupid.
They say that?
Yes.
Oh,
goals.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Did neither of you catch that?
I guess I must have blocked it out. Yeah.
They walk by, and one looks at it and goes, the Knights of Ren, goals.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I was like, what do we have? Gen Z fucking stormtroopers now?
Star
do you
Wars
even lift,
hashtag?
bro?
Yeah. That sucked. I hated that, which is another problem I have with this movie. There's too much talking.
Yeah. It's a J.J. Abrams movie. There's a lot. He likes his dialogue.
Yeah. Nobody's shutting up. I was shocked during this evil board meeting, though, when somebody says the line, we need to harvest more of the galaxy's young.
Yeah. Pizzagate.
Darth Hillary. Our heroes show up at this festival celebrating ancestors. For some reason, we need to learn everything about this festival from C-3PO. Okay, so Andy, I'm assuming you have not seen Solo.
No.
Okay, Mark, I'm assuming you have seen Solo.
I have, correct.
Okay. Judging by how Han got his last name from the movie Solo, Rey's last name should be Solo. She has had contact with Imperial officers, but someone at some point would have given her the last name Solo.
If that's procedure.
That's what happened in fucking...
Yeah, one guy did it. I don't know if that's...
So, hold on.
He's typing something in.
When does this happen in the movie Solo?
He's
Pretty early on.
Pretty early on. He's like trying to get through like some security checkpoint or something. Like, what's your name? He's like, Han. And like, what's your family name? He goes, I don't have one. He goes, all right. So you're Solo.
Yeah.
And
That's rough.
Answering the question that nobody asked.
Yeah, exactly.
How'd he get his name? I don't know. I just assumed he was born with it. I didn't really need an explanation.
Prequels are so annoying for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how we got that hat. Shut up.
This is the one day he got his whole personality from.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. That shit sucks.
Yeah. And leave some, I mean, not to dwindle on Solo, but it was like, yeah, this is how we got the Millennium Falcon and how we met Chewie and how we met Lando and how everything ever had, like, don't you want to make a second movie here? Like, leave some room here. Like,
Well, like, that's
it felt like nobody wanted to make that movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's like all that happened in a day. Like, come on.
Well, exactly. Just like give us a little bit give us something to want to, to see later.
Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest. We're shitting on this, but if you take out all the Han Solo stuff, it is just a fun little heist movie in the Star Wars universe.
I like Solo.
It's actually a fun movie.
Yeah.
Solo, I can't hear you.
Very good.
Hello.
I like this movie.
Oh, thank you.
Kylo Ren and Rey have a powerful Force talk. They mock each other's parental issues. He grabs the necklace she wears, allowing the First Order to track her.
That shit was cool. That's cool to like snatch a necklace, but like you're not even really there. That was cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And I really like the fight they have later on when they're in like different places.
Yes.
That's really good stuff.
Yeah, and that's how he figures out where she is.
Yes.
That was very cool. Very, very cool. This movie's not without some cool shit.
No,
listen, here.
I'm giving its credit when I like it.
Yeah.
But I think this movie is very annoying. I had a very bad time watching this.
Okay.
Lando Calrissian, disguised in a mask, kills a stormtrooper, and he reveals that he was with Luke searching for the Jedi Hunter Ochi or whatever his name is. They talk about the ship that was abandoned in the desert, and then Rey says, "All right, bye, Billy D. Williams. See you in an hour or so."
He seems like he doesn't know what's going on, really. Like not Lando, like Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, he has no idea.
He seems like slightly like he's not all there. Like he's like Lando doesn't know what's going on. He's just like ha ha ha. Yeah. It's like, oh my god, my friend died. Ha ha. Here we go. It's like, what? Did you hear me?
You ever see that clip from back in the day where he's like, Chewie, do this, and then he just like gives up. He's like, Chewie, you gotta 6 parsecs. I can't do this. You ever see that?
No.
It's so fucking great. You gotta look that shit up.
It's like an outtake of Billy D. Williams.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Where he just like stops. He's like, I don't know what is this. It's so great.
The group steals some speeders to escape the First Order. Finn gets suspicious of Poe being able to hijack a speeder, but dude, you were a stormtrooper. You don't get to judge a guy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, he even brings that up. He was like, "Well, you did some shady shit." He's like, "You were a stormtrooper."
Yeah. Like, shut the... And yeah, exactly. And it happens later on, and he doesn't stop later on. He's like, Spice Runner. It's like, you were a Nazi!
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like, I don't know if people really wanted Finn and I can't think of his fucking name. Poe, yeah, they really wanted them to be a couple.
Oh, they were not going to do that.
I know, but I feel like they maybe were like laying down little subtle things so that people in their head could go, oh, see, they're like having they're having a couple spat about their past
not
or
my
something.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
not my Star Wars.
Well, no, not in your Star Wars, but if you wanted it to be, there would be enough things. Yeah.
If you were really looking for it,
you
and
can make an
wanted to
argument.
Yeah.
Hey,
Honestly,
if you want to write some fanfic, you're more than welcome to.
Listen, I would be more than happy if that happened in this movie. I'd be like, all right, cool, that tracks.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, there's a very short woman-on-woman kiss that they can cut out for China.
Yes, there is at the end. Not my Star Wars.
Stormtroopers use jetpacks to pursue them. I didn't realize they need to say they fly now 3 times.
Yeah, what the
3PO sucks. He's so annoying.
Yeah.
Well, and then when BB-8 takes out one of them, is it a callback to a line if the line happened literally 4 minutes ago?
What was the call? The callback to They Fly Now?
No, it was Rey going, we're shouting the same line Leia said, like, never underestimate a droid.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we heard her 4 minutes ago.
Yeah. Just reminding you in case you forgot.
Yeah.
Just to further be like, look, like Leia's in this movie and she knows what's going on.
Yeah.
We all paid attention when we said it.
Well, that's why it absolutely feels like you can absolutely tell this was cut from other, like, cut parts of other movies.
Mhm.
Because they definitely filmed her saying that for one of the other films. And we're like, that doesn't work here. So they're like, all right, we'll throw it in there. Now we have a callback.
Yeah, apparently a lot of it was from The Force Awakens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of the last one. Last Jedi, rather.
The gang kill a bunch of stormtroopers, and then they sink into quicksand and fall into some underground tunnels. This sucks, because Finn is going to confess his love for Rey. That's clearly what he's going to do, and he just doesn't. And then they bring that up throughout the rest of the movie, and then he never does it anyway.
Yeah, what's going on? I was like kind of hyped for that.
So I think that was personally, I think what he was trying to tell her is that he's force sensitive.
Okay.
It wasn't that he loved her, it was that he's force sensitive. And that's why throughout the movie he keeps like feeling things and being like, oh, I just noticed and I know, oh no, Rey's dead because I could feel it.
Right. But why would that be the last thing you said?
But also, like, why would you not be able to say that in front of Poe then?
It was just cut. It was a cut. Yeah. Again, they're just like kind of being like, well, maybe, who knows?
No, like,
who knows what happens in between movies, you know?
Well, I mean, for you to be force sensitive, that's one thing, but it's another thing to be like, oh, we're about to die. I need to let Rey specifically know that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, Rey, I never told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could feel the force too. She's like, all right, we're still about to die.
I just wanted to get off my chest. Thank you.
I just needed to tell someone.
In the tunnels, they find the remains of Ochi, the Sith loyalist, and it has a dagger inscribed with Sith text. Again, this movie's annoying. Poe goes, I don't like bones. We've seen you murder people.
Yeah. Bones?
I think they're trying to do like Han Solo's afraid of snakes. You know, like, oh, we gotta, you know?
Yeah.
But that's Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah. But just put him in a vest instead of a fedora, and it's the same thing.
Now, C-3PO can read the text, but he can't actually translate it due to his programming. And then Andy.
But that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's totally cool. That's why they have 3PO in this movie farting about.
Yeah.
Now, Andy, you were talking about Harry Potter shit last week.
Oh, yeah, we got a big old naked snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, though, this snake looks fantastic.
It does. It looks cool.
Apparently, it's a puppet.
Yeah.
That explains
That's
why it looks good.
so good.
Yeah.
That's the best looking animal I've ever seen in any movie. That's not real.
I'll say the movie looks great. The whole movie looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything except Leia looks great.
Yeah.
No,
honestly, I didn't even notice with Leia.
She's
You know why Leia stands out? Because then later on, when Luke's Force Ghost shows up, and like he looks clearer than she does. Like, like if you notice, if you look at Leia, really look at her, you could almost see like a fuzz around her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But Luke shows up, and because it's just Mark Hamill,
Yeah.
There's at one point, you know, they try to convince us that she's like on a roller coaster, and we see the roller coaster behind her.
But yeah, the snake looks good, and I didn't. You could heal people with the Force.
I guess so. I don't.
Fine.
That's fine, but I also feel like this gives us an out for the rest of the movie, and it kind of tells us like, hey, listen, none of our heroes are dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very let's just get the Dragon Balls. You know?
Yeah, like,
I can like that tracks because like as Luke showed in the last movie, like, oh, this next generation is like stronger than the last one with the Force.
Sure.
So, like, sure, they're discovering new powers and stuff. That's cool.
oh yeah, I don't mind the new powers. I always hate a healing ability like when it's introduced because it just gives you this feeling like they're not dying. No one's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people complain that they were like, oh, all of a sudden they could do Force healing, and it's like, well, I don't ever remember in any other Star Wars movie them like explaining that they could be a Force ghost before we see it. Like, it just sort of happens.
Right.
All of a sudden there's Force ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like if you think about like, oh, the bad guys, they said, oh, we can have eternal life with this much power. Like, if you have enough Force power or whatever it is, you can live forever. And so, yeah, it makes sense that like that's the dark side is like selfish.
Yes.
You live forever.
Yeah.
The light side is, oh, you can heal others so others can live. That tracks. That makes sense to me.
Oh,
Well,
I'm totally cool with it. I don't mind the power.
Well, I will say that I think that the way that like the Sith, like their version of a Force ghost is just like possessing the body of their next, like the way that like Palpatine was like, I am all this Sith. So like I think that's like their version of eternal life is just transferring their life force into their to their next person, and then in that way they live on through them. But yeah, like it's a nice. I don't mind the Force heal. I feel like people have been talking about it for a long time, and then they actually introduced it on The Mandalorian in the episode that came out. I think the week prior to this movie coming out, they had a Force heal. So again, they were trying to lay some groundwork somewhere else, so that people weren't so like, fuck this, like.
Wow. If all I'm saying is, for me, it told me right then like none of our heroes are dying.
It's a big old plot armor. Yeah.
Yep, big time.
And we see that plot. We see plot armor a lot through this.
It's a lot. It's a fucking. It's a Veronica. It's a Hulkbuster plot armor here.
The snake moves. They escape. Chewie takes the dagger, and we see the Knights of Ren just standing on a rock, looking around. And like, our heroes would have gotten away because Poe and Finn are readying the ship, and Rey's just like, all right, I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I need some time alone. We don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I thought I saw a cool rock over there. I'll be right back.
And
We'll find more snakes to heal.
Chewie goes looking for her, but luckily 2 members of the Knights of Ren have left their rock. As Rey and Chewie go back to Ochi's ship, the stormtroopers capture Chewie. Rey senses Kylo Ren approaching in his Thai whisper, and she does a TikTok challenge and jumps over it, cutting off a wing with her saber. I thought that was cool.
It was cool. How did he survive the crash?
Again,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The First Order's transport takes off with Chewie inside. Rey and Kylo have a force war with the ship, and Rey accidentally unleashes force lightning, destroying the ship. Chewie's dead, guys. What a big swing this is.
I gotta tell you. I legitimately thought she killed Chewie.
Yeah.
And I thought that would turn her to the dark side, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would have been
cool. It's cool that she used lightning. That's very cool.
Yes, I love it.
Immediately, I was like, oh shit, that's a bad guy move. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
And even Kylo's like, oh shit, she used lightning. I can't even do that.
Now, that would have been
cool.
sick, but test audiences didn't like it.
Yeah, oh, you killed... That's the last guy from the old ones.
Someone in the theater, like, screamed, like, what? The whole theater laughed like Jesus. And then like, what the hell was the point of that? There must have been a rewrite because then they're just like, is it the next scene? They're just like, look, Chewie's fine. It's like, why? No suspense that you just ruined all the suspense on that.
Literally the very next scene, they're like, oh, there was a second transporter that for some reason wasn't on camera. You didn't see that one.
Yeah, he went the other way.
I'm telling you. They showed that to test audiences, and they went, you can't kill Chewie, because after they rescue him, he does jack shit.
Yeah. He's practicing chess.
Yeah, like, it's nice. It's nice that he gets his medal at the end.
What the fuck?
But after they rescue Chewie, he does jack shit other than just sit next to Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
Because he was not in the rest of this movie.
That was so funny. Everyone laughed in the theater when he gets his medal at the end. It's just like, this is literally a joke. This is like Robot Chicken. Like, what is this?
But that would have been awesome if they just fucking killed him here and it was Rey's fault.
Yeah. I mean, I have in my notes, I said, oh shit, she killed Chewie. That's really cool. Didn't see that coming. And then the next note is like, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
And it's also sucks because, like, they reveal Chewie's alive to the audience, but then they still show them being like, for Chewie. And it's like, this emotional weight, there's no emotional weight for the audience.
No.
Because we know he's alive.
Yeah, you got to reveal it with, like, when they find out, we find out, you know?
Yeah, like more than 2 minutes later. Like, like 5 to maybe 8 minutes later. Just like...
And, like, maybe part of the audience would have forgotten that there was only one possible transporter he could have gotten on.
Right.
I'm surprised they didn't just literally blow it up and then have a scene where Chewie looks out the window of the other transport ship and sees it blow up.
We see Chewie coming down on a parachute.
But also why even take Chewie hostage?
Because he had the dagger.
Oh, okay. Why don't they kill him and take the dagger?
Dude, there are so many times when I'm sitting there, just shoot.
Okay, here's why they don't kill him. Kylo Ren grew up with Chewie, and he's like, yo, you guys better not fucking kill Chewie.
That's fair.
That's like his family dog.
Yeah. That tracks.
How do you think they even got, like, Chewie's not like, he's like, oh, okay, I'll go with you then. Like, how do you, not even, he's like a fighter. Like, and he's like super strong. And I don't understand. He's just like, they're like, you're under arrest. He's like, oh, okay.
C-3PO reveals that he has the translation in his memory and they have to wipe his memory to get it. BB-8 meets a new droid on the ship because Disney needs a new toy to sell. Our heroes head to Kijimi to unlock the Sith text from C-3PO. On Kijimi, we hear blashes going off in the background, so I'm assuming this is their version of Chicago. We meet this old friend of Poe who hates him. And she seems to, like, flip her idea on him very quickly. But I also don't understand the point of her looking at Rey and being like, for the record, I like you. Okay.
I don't know.
You just met her.
Get out of here, Daft Punk.
Yeah. And it was just J.J. Abrams trying to get his friends into the movies, I think.
This is Carrie Russell, right?
Yeah. And I wonder how much time she even was on. Like, she's in the helmet most of the time, so I doubt it was even her.
Yeah. This just feels like, and later on, again, these are characters. Hey, maybe we could have met in the first 2 movies, guys.
They introduced so many. That's the other thing. There's like 3 or 4 new characters every movie, and it's I don't know. It's just obvious that, like, people don't like the characters you made. So you're like, let's just keep trying and make more people. Maybe they'll like them.
Yeah.
Maybe like people like her because, like, Boba Fett, because she's got a cool outfit, I guess. Like.
Yeah, and they keep a lot of them around. Just kill them.
But in the background, just doing nothing. Like, all right, now that we've collected you, you can go sit over there and then on the bleachers and cheer us on.
Yeah, it's just like they gotta like do like a James Gunn type deal where, like, every character has like a purpose.
Yes.
Like, even the little ones, like, just go, like, take the time to let us feel something for them and then kill them. And then we're like, damn, I'm feeling something. Like, that's good writing.
Yes.
But they're just like, just more. We want more.
Well, yeah.
This is all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Let's meet. And it's the same thing with that group of former stormtroopers. That's a cool concept.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We spend zero time with these people, and they just come back at the end.
I think I think that might have been like a backdoor, like trying to get a side movie going, and people didn't respond well to them either.
Well, because they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, they just keep trying to introduce. They're trying to introduce spin-offs too, because they're on the Disney Plus kick. They're on all these movies and Rogue One and Solo and all that stuff. So they're like, let's just make a bunch of people, and then we'll see if they get excited when we announce the TV show coming out on Disney Plus.
Right.
But when you can't focus on the one thing you're making, this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You make a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not like in the Marvel movies, like they lay thread that they know what they're going to do with it. And in this, they're just like throwing thread off the side of a ship and just being like, well, someone else will pick it up at some point.
Yeah.
They'll figure out what happens. It's very haphazard and chaotic as opposed to like methodical and planned out.
Yeah. Did we get to the traitor thing yet?
Right now, I'm at Babu Frick, the little guy, the little droid smith.
This is my favorite character in all of Star Wars.
Oh, this guy's great.
The only thing everybody walked away from this movie being like, we loved him. Give me a Babu Frick movie, you know?
Every time he shows up, he's like, hey! It's so fucking great. I love him.
This dude feels straight out of Men in Black. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
he does. But it's in the best way.
Yeah. He go blah. Like that's
he's like a little crazy frog. He's just like,
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, good. I'm glad we're all on the Babu Frick train. He's a fun little guy.
He's like a tiny little Marlon Brando.
that should be a Disney park ride, is the Babu Frick train, and he's driving the train, just going,
C-3PO has his memory wiped just as he has an idea. He definitely didn't have an idea. He was definitely trying to stall.
Yeah.
But I also like that Babu Frick does it. He goes, eh.
Yeah. He's like, hey, he's dead, he's dead. Whatever. What are you going to do?
Okay. You know what makes C-3PO even worse in this movie, though? I already find him annoying. So the fact that all the other characters also find him annoying and keep telling him that, I'm like, then just drop him.
I love that he's been in this movie and Poe has just been screaming at him the whole movie, like, you fucking idiot, you stupid piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what are you doing, C-3PO? He's just like, looking at my friends. It's like, what are you talking about? I've been fucking mean to you the whole time. He's like, no, I'm thinking about other people. I'm thinking about like Han and Luke and stuff. I don't like you guys. You guys are really mean to me.
It made me feel a little bad for hating him when he said that. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit,
I was
I got
like,
feelings.
even then, Poe was like, I'm not your fucking friend. Like,
Go to hell, fucking.
stop looking at me then.
I did get a laugh when they got to the festival and C-3PO says something and they all turn and look at him, but then he turns around too because he doesn't understand what they're looking at.
That was funny.
Yeah.
I like this because you know why? Because like you said, this movie is filled to the brim with dialogue, and there was a fucking beat of silence, and it spoke volumes because they all just stopped what they were doing just to look at him like, you gonna shut the fuck up? Like, it was great. It was great.
And they had a moment of physical comedy that wasn't just filled with just blah, 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 blah.
Or like, that just happened.
Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah. Well, this is weird.
Oh yeah. When we meet Poe's old friend, that's also when Finn gives him shit for being a spice runner. Insane. Poe and his friend talk. She apparently has free travel throughout the universe or something, and she asks for Poe to come with her. So she went from wanting to kill him to being in love with him.
I think the implication is that they were
A relationship,
a scorned lover. So like she still has feelings for him, but obviously there's some resentment being harbored.
But right away, she's like, fuck it. Who cares?
Well, she's got that coin or something.
Yeah. That's what allowed, because she has the Empire.
Yeah.
There are so many little fucking things in this movie. Like there's the dagger and the holocrons and the wayfinders and the coin. Like how many things are we going to keep track of this?
Yeah.
Like there's just so many little doodads in this movie.
We don't need 4 MacGuffins.
There's like 16. It's like the whole movie is just like side quests from like Fallout. It's like just fetch quests. Like it's It's terrible.
And like 4 McMuffins is way too much. You're gonna hurt your stomach.
Yeah, 2 tops. 2 tops.
2 tops.
You get to 2 for $6, and that's it. You know,
that's your limit. That's the human. As a human, that's your limit.
I'm getting hungry.
It's like 1,200 calories right there.
Yeah.
Rey reveals that her parents were on Ochi's ship. The Sith text reveals the Wayfinder is on the Endor moon Kefbir. I wish we had evil C-3PO throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah, that was cool. His eyes were red.
Yeah.
And like the music got a little ominous. I was like, oh shit, do I like C-3PO now?
Why did they bother to go back to the Endor system and then just be like, yeah, it's on a totally different planet that looks nothing like the planet that, like, why? I don't know. I guess because, you know what I mean? Just like put it on. Why, if it was around the moon of that planet and then they blew up the Death Star, why would the Death Star go to some other moon? Like,
right.
You know, like gravity? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the imagery of that planet.
No, that's cool.
Like the really wild ocean. Very cool.
They should have just started us off like them meeting some Ewoks and then leaving the forest and then finding the ocean or something. I don't know. Like, it just feels like
the Death Star crashing into the moon created this massive upheaval of the weather and created this ocean, you know, like, something.
The power thing, the generator is under the water and it's fucking up the weather. Sure, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah. But no.
Because there's this whole subplot with like, oh, there's a traitor in the First Order.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, as soon as they mentioned that, I was like, oh, it's definitely that one guy who's been in all the movies.
Well, that's why they introduced this new, like, much meaner guy that he seems to answer to all of a sudden.
And who's totally faithful to Palpatine.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Well, he seems to be being controlled. He's got like the glassy eyes.
Yeah.
So like, but immediately I was like, oh, it's
got to be Yeah.
And then it is, and I was like, well, that's bad.
And hold on, that scene sucked because he does it and then goes, "I'm the spy.
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
I watched you turn face."
But like, wasn't he the meanest Nazi in the first one? He was the meanest. He was screaming like, "The world will bow to the First Order." It was like, yo, that dude's serious. I even made a note about it.
But it's so stupid because he goes, "I don't care if you win. I just need Kylo Ren to lose." But why then?
Yeah,
because he's just stupid because of his sibling rivalry, I guess.
Yeah, like
what's gonna happen to you if Kylo Ren loses? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're one of us, Nazi"? No.
They know that. They know it's him because they also kill him right away.
Yeah. And that's probably because it doesn't make any sense. And how are they going to write that in? So they just kill him. Why not?
Yeah, fine. You know what? I'm glad they did that instead of having him survive until the end too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he's like a hero.
Here's your medal, Chewbacca.
you and the Nazi get a medal.
They give the Nazi the medal and not Chewbacca. Maz Kanata is like, "Oh, I was gonna give this to Chewie, but you've done such a good job."
When we see C-3PO get rebooted, he introduces himself, and Poe says that's going to be a problem. And let me tell you, brother, it's going to be a problem for me too.
Yeah, brother.
Poe, Finn, and Rey infiltrate the Star Destroyer. They immediately kill some stormtroopers, which I like. Rey uses the Force to trick some of the troopies, and she senses the dagger and gets up to it.
I did like, there's a joke here where she's like, you will leave and you'll be happy about it, and that's cool. And I like how Poe just turns like, "She'd do that to us?" I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny because you probably wouldn't know.
How many times has she done that? Yeah. I brought her a lot of sandwiches last week. You know, what the hell am I doing?
Like, I did give her a back rub the other day. That was weird.
Rey's pregnant, but she's being really cagey on who the father is. Kylo Ren and his boys are fucking up Kijimi. Poe and Finn save Chewie, so everything was pointless.
That's the creator of Metal Gear Solid is Hideo Kojima.
Yep, very good.
Thank you.
Stormtroopers take the boys hostage, but just kill them. I understand Kylo Ren saying don't kill Chewbacca, but why don't they just immediately shoot Poe and Finn?
Plot armor, brother.
Yeah, that's true. Rey sees Vader's mask, and while retrieving the dagger, Rey and Kylo duel via their force bond, and this is really cool when they're in the different locations. I like when one of them, like, hits the bag that's in Kylo's location, but it spills out on the ship. That looks really cool.
Very cool stuff.
The scene is a lot of fun.
I think that's, like, the one thing that J.J. Abrams, like, carried over from the last one was like, oh, these force scenes were really cool.
Yes.
Like, when they're force talking with each other. Well, I'll incorporate that into my garbage mess.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been a hell of a plot thread to drop. Like, that was such a major component of the last movie. Like, how in the world could you possibly just ignore that?
Yeah.
And then that never happened again.
Yeah. Well, they could have just been like, because Snoke said, "Oh, I linked you in the Force," and then Snoke died, so they could have dropped that.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
I actually like what they. I like the actual explanation better, honestly.
A dyad in the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like everything with Rey and Kylo is like the strongest thing of this trilogy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, for sure.
Which does this trilogy a lot of good, because Rey, if you go to like Disney and stuff, she is a beloved character.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
she's
she's
great.
great.
And like,
Yeah. Kylo too.
yeah, they did a really, that's what they did really well here, is making Rey and Kylo's story interesting and fun to watch. It's everything else is fucking garbage.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the Force lore that they establish and all that.
I
Like,
agree.
I like it
I
all.
like that.
but
really,
the Force lore, that's all Rey and Kylo.
Yeah. No, I
You
know.
know?
Yeah.
So,
It's really just Oscar Isaac was the biggest problem with this
Honestly,
franchise.
I like
think.
Oscar Isaac, but he's
Yeah,
You know
the
what?
worst in this.
Just not suited for this. Yeah.
I don't like what they like. I like the Finn character. I don't like what they do with the Finn character because it feels like in every movie he's after something else.
Yeah. He's being strung along.
Yeah, and it just feels like they didn't know what they wanted to do with him.
Not at all.
And it feels like he has three love interests. He has a different love interest in each
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it would have been really cool if him and Rey were a thing, but I think it would have been really cool if him and Poe were a thing.
Yeah.
But they're just cowards.
I would
It's like,
assume
no.
all of this was on the table at some point, and they just decided not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because not my Star Wars.
People flipped out just because they saw a black dude holding a lightsaber. Like when the
Oh,
first trailer
God.
came out, people were bugging out about like the main character's a black guy. I was like, really?
Mace
Like, that's a
Windu.
problem? Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
wait,
agree.
it's a black guy who's not Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. An argument could be made for Denzel or
Yeah.
or even Wesley Snipes, but not this guy.
Rey sees a vision of her parents being killed by Ochi. Kylo discovers she's on his ship when Vader's mask falls. Kylo tells Rey that the Emperor wants her dead. Then we get the "I'm the spy" scene. Reminds me of South Park. I'm a cop.
Freeze.
Kylo reveals that Palpatine is Rey's grandfather, and Kylo wants him and Rey to kill Palpatine and rule together. It's like, Rey, just do it. Just do it. This is something I don't really understand is, like, later on, after the big fight, at some point, Rey could have just been like, you know what? I'm going to kill him and then just not be evil.
Well, but that's the thing, though, is you do end up getting possessed by the Sith Force.
Oh,
Like, you know
okay.
what I mean? Like, so I don't think she would have had a whole lot of it. That's why he's like, and then you can save your friends. Then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, well, how about this? How about you stop attacking and then I'll kill you? Let's make a deal. Well, how about I stop attacking a little bit and then you just kill me a little bit and then I'll stop the whole thing and you can kill me all the way.
Rey joins them on the Falcon, leaping onto the Falcon just in time. The Resistance escapes as Kylo's watching. That's when we see Hux get murdered for being a spy. Rey says she's going to destroy Palpatine, and Finn gets all nervous. Palpatine then's talking to Rey. He's like, "Did you betray me? Were you talking behind my back?"
What did you say?
I heard what you said about me. You called me old.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
We land on the planet where the ruins of the Death Star are. And Rey uses the dagger to find where the Wayfinder is, and man, is she lucky.
Yeah.
That the water didn't push this thing in any direction. The tides are perfectly. The coastline has remained.
And she found that spot like super quick. She took like 2 steps to the left, and it was like, oh, you were right there. You were.
Yeah.
Also, how isn't this dagger ancient? Like, why does it have the outline of the Death Star? You know,
these are great questions.
None of this makes sense. A lot of this is like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God that worked.
When I saw it in the theater, go ahead.
Maybe they consider like 20 years ancient.
Yeah. When I first saw the movie and it lined up, and I was like, okay, like that's what they were looking at anyway. Like if they didn't have that dagger, they probably would have just gone straight there. I mean,
yeah.
What do you look like? What's it even showing? Like it's just like, oh, there's a gray spot. Like what is this?
We meet Jana, a former stormtrooper. She helps them out. Again, I wish we met these people earlier because Finn finally has people he can relate to as a former stormtrooper. And of course, she has to be black. And it's his third love interest in 3 movies.
Yep. And that's why this one sticks, is because they're both black.
Yeah.
So they go together. Bunch of fucking cowards.
When she tells the story of everyone, of all the stormtroopers laying their weapons down, this movie's already long. Just take an extra minute and show us that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
How much longer could it be than the explanation even?
Yeah, like that's a cool thing to see, and you're just gonna tell us, fuck you.
Yeah.
Rey takes a skimmer across the water to the Death Star ruins, and she navigates the Death Star and finds the Wayfire. I do like seeing all the stormtrooper uniforms like spread out amongst the ruins. I thought that's cool. I kind of wish we saw some skeletons in there.
Yeah, that would be cool. Why? Here's a question, I guess. Questions. Why did they find it necessary to have Finn follow her?
Because he's in love with her.
Right, but he doesn't do anything. It's unnecessary for everything in the whole movie.
Yep.
He goes there and she's like, no, get back, and she pushes him, and that's the extent.
They really didn't know what to do with Finn in this all 3 movies. I mean, the first movie, I feel like there was the most, like he had the most to do.
Yeah.
And he's the best in that one.
Yeah. And in 2 and 3, I feel like they were like, well, we want to tell this story about Rey, so I don't really know what this guy's supposed to do.
Yeah. He's not a Jedi. He's just a guy.
Introduce this group in that second movie.
Yeah.
And let Finn spend time with them.
Yeah. Or just call a spade a spade. Like cut Finn out. Like if you're not going to use him, get him out of here.
Or let him make the sacrifice in the last movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That would have been a really good actually place for his sort of story arc to end, going from a coward to be someone that's like a Tony Stark, going from being selfish to being selfless. That's like a classic story arc, and then. No, we can't just beat them up by fighting them. We have to protect what we love.
Yeah. Right. But it's like, you have to fight them anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, but not fighting them, protecting us.
What you love is killing them. So do it.
No. Just protect.
Yeah.
No fighting, just protecting.
And Rose, the one who made the big hero play and stopped Finn from smashing into the thing in the last movie, is barely in this.
Right, because they said we don't have anything to do with you, so we're pretty much cutting you out.
Yeah. So what's the fucking point?
Yeah, I don't know.
And Finn is like snubbing her. Like he's not just like, she's like, I have something, and he's just like, go away. What did I say? Get the fuck away from me. Like he's being so rude to her. Like not even like, oh, like wait, we'll catch up later. He's just like, go hide in a hole somewhere until this is over, okay?
Yeah.
Rey takes the Wayfinder and has a vision of herself as a synth empress. This lightsaber is cool as fuck.
Yeah,
it is. It was very cool. This whole thing was cool. I was like, hell yeah, brother.
It's way too short, unfortunately, because the minute she like hisses at her like a cat, she's like, all right, I'm done.
I think a lot of this, a lot of the cool stuff from what I've read, a lot of the really cool stuff came from the original version of this movie. There was a totally different version written by a totally different person. And then they did, I forget what it was. It flopped so hard, and so they immediately were like, "Oh no, we can't have you doing Star Wars." It was that Oprah was in it, and
What?
Jesus, it was like a book. I'm trying to think of what the hell the book was, but the director, Colin Trevorrow, was the director, and he was the original director of Star Wars, and he put out a different movie for Disney that totally flopped hard, and then they took away Star Wars from him. They were like, "Never mind."
Oh yeah, he did like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I thought you meant Oprah was in the Star Wars movie.
No,
like,
she was
what?
in the other movie that,
Something in Time.
Yeah, so Wrinkle in Time.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah, Wrinkle. Yeah.
Kylo arrives. He destroys the Wayfinder and challenges Rey. They duel on the Death Star ruins, which is cool. It also looks a lot of fun. Like, I like this battle a lot.
Yeah, this is good.
Leia reaches out through the Force to Kylo, distracting him, and that's when she turns around and stabs him.
Yeah.
And then Rey's like, "Oh no, Leia's dead." So she heals Kylo, which I kind of hated. Like, I don't know, man. It'd be pretty cool if she let him die.
Yeah.
Well, I like it because it's, the darkness took over for a little bit, and then she she snapped out of it. Once she took a life, she was like, "Oh my fucking god."
Mm-hmm.
But lightsabers used to kill people. Like,
well, yeah, but
he did die though.
I like that she heals him.
Yeah.
And then we get the scene where it's like, oh, Kylo's dead.
Yes.
Ben's still alive, but Kylo's dead. So it's kind of symbolic. She killed Kylo.
Okay.
That's how I took it. But I did like how, like even her Sith counterpart was like, oh, she says what Leia says, like, don't be afraid of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, it's showing you the most terrifying thing you could be. And it's like, don't be afraid, though. And it's like, that's cool. And she's like, what am I, though? Like, who am I? Like, this whole thing is very good.
Yeah.
I just wish there was more of this and less bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is a nice extension of, like, sort of in the second movie when she was faced with, she had no idea who she was, and so she saw all those reflections of herself.
Right.
And now she like kind of has an idea, but she can't really decide what she wants to do. So now it's just like her, like the two options, So it's
right.
She's whittling down the choices here.
Yeah, you're either a really bad dude or a really good person.
She's like, can I be good? But I get that lightsaber though.
Yeah, because that shit's cool.
Yeah, I'll make it green or blue. I just want that thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone stands around Leia's dead body. Poe, Finn, and Chewie return and learn that Leia is dead, and Chewie falls to his knees crying, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because everyone's dead. Everyone's dead.
Yeah.
To Chewie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure his little freak family's dead, too.
I feel like that's Itchy. I hope Itchy's dead.
Itchy's a million years old.
Kill him with fire.
I feel like they had to make up for. I don't know if we brought it up, but in the Force Awakens, when they get back from the planet, from the whatever Starkiller base, and Rey goes over to Leia to be like, Han died. Chewie just like strolls off somewhere, like nowhere to be. Like he doesn't like. It seems like the moment he should have been there for that moment, And she literally, he walks past them, like he doesn't even say hi to Leia. Like he's just like really thirsty. I'll be back in 10 minutes.
I've eaten way too many burritos. I gotta go. I gotta use the restroom. I gotta go.
So many pork on the way over here.
A vision of Han Solo appears to Kylo, and he encourages him to abandon the dark side. He uses the line, Kylo once again uses the line, I know what I have to do, but I don't have the strength to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's a callback,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also the last thing you said to this man before you murdered him.
Right.
He's like, little insensitive, dude.
Well, I don't think he's like a Force ghost. I think this is just like Kylo's consciousness. You know what I mean? Like,
he even says, like I'm a memory. Or something.
Yeah.
All right, that's
He's
fair.
not a proper Force ghost.
did
Otherwise,
not-
he's doing a fantastic job at being a Force. He hasn't the blue or anything. He's just like,
Yeah.
I figured out. I don't know why those stupid assholes want to make it all blue. I mean, you could just be a regular guy.
I did not see Harrison Ford's return coming.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all.
Well, they threw him a lot of money because he was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm not putting in the same effort I put in the first movie.
I'm not getting out of the car. I hope you guys got a big enough green.
But it's good stuff. Like he breaks him down. Like he's like, your son is dead. He's like, nah, dude, Kylo's dead.
Yeah.
And he like starts whimpering and he's like, Dad. Like he doesn't call him Han Solo. He calls him Dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, you know what you have to do. And then he throws away the lightsabers. Like, and then he like, after he throws away the lightsaber, he goes to fight some people. It's like, dude, you should have kept the lightsaber.
I agree.
Brother. What are you
Just
doing?
change the color.
He doesn't say, you know what you have to do. He goes, Dad, and then he says, I know, like a reference
Yeah.
to Leia
Yeah.
saying, I love you, I know. Because he was going to say, Dad, I love you. And then Han goes, I know.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like he threw away that lightsaber. He's just like, I'm probably going to need that.
Yeah. Shit.
That was a really big moment for me symbolically, but it's a really helpful thing to have.
Yeah. But that's a good scene. That's a very good scene.
Poe prays to Leia's body. Why doesn't Leia get to force away?
She does later.
Yeah, she
But
does
like,
later.
why does she do it later, but Kylo does it immediately?
Well, she does it when Kylo does it. There must be some kind of connection between the two of them.
Okay, all right.
It literally is. And by the way, that's like a really nice, easy. That's why they didn't move the body. They're just like, it'll disappear soon, and we don't have to do
Yeah.
anything. So
Yeah.
just leave it there. Just keep it covered up. We can wash the blanket later. It's fine.
Guys, it's been 3 weeks. We need to get rid of this body.
I don't think she was as force sensitive as we had thought.
No.
We
gonna,
didn't bomb it or anything, guys.
she's gonna disappear, and then we have a whole new outfit for somebody.
We can put it on her daughter. She's right over there. Poe, who has been named acting general, names Finn co-general. It's also revealed that the new Cohen droid knows how to get to Exegol. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, he
Yeah,
was
good thing
Dio's
he's here.
droid. He was not Dio's droid. He was the
Ochi's droid.
droid. Yeah.
I know,
So-
but it's like, so you mean the whole thing with 3PO was for nothing?
The exit. No, they had to follow Rey to get there. Oh no, that's right, because they found the planet, and then they're like, "But how do we get there?" Yeah,
Yeah, no, apparently he could have told you the whole time.
yeah.
And like,
Oh, Emperor? I know that guy.
yeah.
Oh,
That's the guy you were talking about this whole time. I know where he is. You guys
Oh.
want to go there?
You mean Palps?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big Papa Palpatine.
I thought you said Emperor Tangerine. That's my bad.
Rey is ashamed of her darkness, and she goes to that island that Luke was on, and she's going to destroy her lightsaber when Luke's Force Ghost appears, encouraging her to face Palpatine. It is cool and gets you kind of pumped when his like blue hand catches the lightsaber. It's like, yeah, he's back.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, brother.
I did like that. It's weird that the lightsaber kind of glows blue too, though. But it's
Yeah.
not see-through. Like, I was very confused. I was like, why shouldn't it just? I don't know. I guess it's whatever you want it to be, but
This whole movie is whatever it wants to be.
odd choice.
Yeah.
Why the lightsaber is a slight ghost for a second.
Luke tells Rey that him and Leia both knew she was a Palpatine. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's when Luke gives Rey Leia's lightsaber, and he tells Rey the story of training Leia and Leia quitting right before she was done. That looked awful.
Yeah, but you know what though? It did make me like wish that they made that movie. You know,
Agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
I wish that they just instead of doing the prequels, I was like, you know, it would have been really, really cool to have 3 movies of like Luke training Leia, and there's a new bad guy. Like, it's just such a missed opportunity, I guess. It just, it almost hurts to see it because it's like, that could have been cool. Like,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Luke lifts his old X-Wing from the sea, and I'm sorry, I'm calling bullshit. There's no way that thing's running. It's waterlogged. It's been sitting in the ocean for 30 years.
he sprayed that stuff you put on your shoes to waterproof them. He
Oh.
sprayed it. Yeah.
That's my bad.
Before it went in the water, he gave it a nice spray down with the waterproofing
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
R2 gives 3PO his memory back because we have to reset the status quo.
Yeah.
We have to make
Indian
sure
voice
nothing
of a bitch.
changes.
Yep.
Mhm. Also, Snoke's still alive. Look, Snoke's here, and he's good though.
Rey flies to Exegol, and she's leaving course markers so they can find him. Poe gives this really cheesy, inspirational speech.
Yeah, yeah.
It is.
It's like Independence Day. Just
Yeah. This trilogy has a lot of those, like, really cheesy, like, we're fighting for love, and we're gonna do this because they're trying to destroy hope, and hope is the only thing that you can have, and if you don't have hope, it's like, we get it.
Yeah.
Well, they keep saying like, "Oh, there's more of us than them." It's like, you sure? Look at that fleet, dude. You
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah. Where did they all come from? And how did there's so many questions about this fleet that I have. Did Palpatine make it with the Force, or did he have like a crew making these ships? Like, you know, how are they all manned?
Somehow Palpatine has a giant fleet.
There's so many more bigger questions than he returned. Okay, I'll buy that he returned. Like, let's continue on with somehow Palpatine has a fleet of Imperial Star Destroyers. That's also somehow Palpatine has a whole fleet's worth of Star Destroyers worth of people flying the Star Destroyers.
Yeah. Where did he get all these people? Also,
Like, why does he even need the First Order? It seems like he's got it under control by himself there.
Yeah.
Rey and the Resistance arrive. The First Order fleet, like we said, is big, and immediately we're in a big shootout. The First Order immediately figures out what is happening. They're immediately like, all right, they're destroying the communication, whatever. And then Finn really gets a feeling. He's like, let's go up there.
Yeah.
Let's go to that one. Rey arrives at the Sith Coliseum, the Coliseum, if you will.
Very good.
Palps is super hyped to meet his granddaughter. It's kind of wholesome.
I'm so proud of what you've become. Here's $10 for your birthday.
Don't spend it all on sweets.
Go ahead, it's your birthday. Do whatever you want.
You know what? Just for your birthday, you can kill me and take the Sith throne. The Coliseum look is pretty cool. And I do kind of wish we got to see some of the former Sith faces. Like, just use some CGI and make up some alien faces who are Sith.
Wait, so that's a question I had. Who are all those people? They're former Sith.
That's like a cult. It's a cult. It's like a cult. There's some kind of Sith cultists. That are
Okay. I thought those were like the spirits or something.
I thought so Sith. Too when I saw it, and then I looked into it after the fact, and supposedly there's some kind of Sith cult, and they worship the Sith.
Are they Sith themselves?
No, they're just, I don't even know if they have the Force. They're just like people, I think.
If you have to look up who people are in your movie, that's bad writing.
Yeah,
They should like at the end, do they all die? Or...
Yeah, they just kind of like, they show us them and then they're just gone after a while.
There's a lot of, like, especially at the end, there's a lot of ambiguity and vagueness, and it makes the whole thing really lame.
Because it was probably a well thought out, explained thing from the original version of this movie, and then they were just like, well, I like that one aspect of it, so let's just
let's keep it.
Let's just pluck it from the whole premise and pluck it out of context.
Finn and the friend from before destroy the navigation signal. He gets a feeling and decides that there's something he has to do. The friend from before is Jannah. I forgot her name when I was taking my notes. Yeah. So if you heard referred as Finn and is the friend from before, that's Jannah. Jannah, I think her name is. The former Stormtrooper.
I barely know her.
Very good.
Thank you.
Also, just real quick, I know we passed it, but there's the scene. Did we pass the scene where they blow up the planet with the Star Destroyer?
Yes. We didn't talk about that because he basically goes, prove a point.
Yeah. I'll pick a planet they know about. And it's like, we didn't really know about. We've been there for like 10 minutes. Like, well, why didn't you pick, like, I don't know, Coruscant? Pick a planet that we actually care about. Oh, from this movie only.
we can throw this one out.
So the Star Destroyers can now blow up planets as well.
Yes. That's why he even says, he goes, every time you take out a cannon, that's another planet saved.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I feel like one cannon can take out more than one planet. Like, it's not a one fire gun.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this Star Destroyer is garbage because it already blew up a planet. So we got to throw this one out.
There's so many of them. One shots.
That's why there's so many of them.
Poe starts to lose hope and he doesn't think help is arriving. Palps shows Rey all the damage the Resistance is taking. And this is where I took my note that Rey could just kill Palps, get all his power, and just not be evil. And I literally wrote, like, just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You explained that very well, that, like,
Yeah.
the Sith would literally just enter her.
Well, that's why, gross. But that's
Oh,
why.
no, you guys know what I mean.
But that's why, like, if you think about it, like, Palpatine was, like, trying to get, like, Anakin. He's like, oh, you're so young and strong with the Force. And, you know, like, and that's why he was so disappointed when he's like, oh, now you're all charred up and missing limbs. I guess you're still useful. Like,
Yeah.
and it does make sense because it is very selfish, you know, in the opposite of, as you pointed out, the Force healing or the Force ghost that's just there to guide people along. It's like, well, I want to continue to live in you.
Right.
So it does bring a nice balance in that regard to like a lot of the things that the Jedi can do that the Sith couldn't do. There was, for a long time, there was no like Sith answer to a Force ghost. Like that was just an ability that they had.
So my issue here with the end is he says, like, if you strike me down, I shall possess you.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you are powerless here. And she's like, oh, shit, I am. And then she kills him anyway.
Well, it's different though, because she doesn't just like kill him in anger, and she's also like reflecting his power back at him. So he's really killing himself as opposed to her like taking his life.
Okay.
But it does, again, it brings it back to Return of the Jedi, where it's like he wanted Luke to kill him so that he could possess Luke and then be the, you know what I mean? He was like, strike me down and you shall become more powerful than you've ever imagined. You know, like he was just like trying to get Luke to kill him. Like, you know, so that must be what he was trying to do there too. He's just trying to Palpatine just wants to enter young people, you know?
Yep. With their virile bodies. But, like,
I don't care if it's my granddaughter.
Okay. Yeah, Robbie, continue. You got this.
Ben Solo arrives. He fights the Knights of Ren while Palps starts the ritual.
Yeah.
Rey and Ben fight together against the Sith, and Rey gives Ben a lightsaber via the Force. I thought that was really cool.
It was very cool.
Ben, again, he's stunting on these dudes while he's killing them. He's doing like tricks and shit. It's fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
And then Palpatine absorbs their life force, and he's like, it's a dyad. The power of the two resurrect the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So while he's doing this, Lando shows up with like a billion fucking ships. And they really idiot-proof this movie, because like they make sure to go, it's not a fleet, it's just people.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. This is the end of Return of the Jedi. It's the exact same.
It's pretty
thing.
similar.
Pretty similar, yeah. I do have a question here, though. Questions. Why doesn't Palps take all their life power and just look normal again?
Yeah.
Like,
because
why?
he got the new cloak instead. He's like, I'll fix my fingers and then I'll get like a nice robe.
Yeah.
Make my
like,
eyes glow again.
like, dude, just look normal. You haven't looked normal in 100 years, dude.
Yeah. Maybe he likes it.
Like, he must.
Yeah.
He fucking must.
But it's the whole thing. Like, oh, love is a weakness, but ultimately, love is why the good guys win. You know, you did this already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your overconfidence is your weakness, and your faith in your friends is yours. Yeah. All that same exact. Yeah.
That was good. The first time you did it.
Yeah. I agree.
Now it's a cheap, pale.
Very
imitation.
pale.
Extremely pale.
Why is Wedge relegated to like the gunner seat? Like he's like a really talented pilot, and he's just in the gunner seat of the Millennium Falcon. And Lando is like out of his mind. Like he doesn't seem to be fully aware of what's. He's just like
he's just
flying around. Like X-wings are getting blown up. Poe's best friend goes down. He's just like, I'm in the Millennium Falcon. It's just like, dude, you gotta have some reverence for what's going on here.
Also, Lando said, he goes, my flying days are long over. But then, like, we saw him flying throughout the rest of the movie. Like, it's not like he just comes back here. He's been flying this whole time.
Yeah. Lando's like, I never said that. They're like, you just said it, Lando.
He's just like, my flying days are over. Like, you flew here. He's like, oh, yeah, that's right.
He has space dementia.
Yeah.
Palps throws Ben into a chasm. He unleashes some Sith lightning, and Rey gathers all this strength from hearing the voices of past Jedi, including Qui-Gon and Yoda and all these others.
Ahsoka.
Does she?
Yep, she's in there. Mace Windu's in there.
Yeah.
A bunch of rando Jedi from Order 66 are in there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Emperor Palpatine's face is really fun when Rey pulls the second lightsaber. He's like, huh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does the little pushes.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he stop? He never learns to just stop doing the lightning.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, it's killing me. Yeah. Like, just stop, dude.
He's executing the same plan he did last time. Like we said, this is the exact same ending. And he's like,
he never learns.
It'll work this time. Like, no, dude, it just doesn't work. It just does not work.
Third time you're trying that, you know.
Yeah. But like she wins with the power of nostalgia. That's the Force is just nostalgia.
Yeah.
The Force is just, hey, you remember us? And she's like, boy, do I. I saw those last 6 Star Wars movies.
But also,
everyone's seen the movies in these movies.
Yeah. What actually kills Rey here? Because she's not using the Force. She's not even being hit with anything.
But I think, I guess she is, though. She must be, because otherwise they made a point of being like, oh, like they've exerted themselves. Like Luke, Leia, and Rey all died for the same, like, oh, they exerted themselves too much and they just died.
I get that, but like we watch Luke and Leia like transport their like being to somewhere else. Yeah. To like, you know, they're also 1 billion years old in this universe.
Sure.
Rey, by all accounts, is young, fit, and we don't see her using the Force. She's blocking electric shoots with lightsabers.
But when he blows up, there is like a huge like amount of Force that kind of comes, like, I don't know. I do get what you're saying. Like it also doesn't feel earned, because it's just like, how come Mace Windu didn't die after and he was doing it one-handed, and he was just like, Anakin, give me a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Like I just didn't understand like how she actually died here. Yeah,
it's definitely vaguer. It's more vague than I think that they planned on doing it. It's a little like, yeah, they should have done something else.
You know
they should have had her using a Force power or making herself.
Yeah.
You know what would have been cool is if she like turned herself into multiple Reys or something to call back to like The Last Jedi when she was mirroring herself, and then all those Reys had lightsabers. I don't know.
Or you know what? Have her shoot electric back at him.
Yeah, like kill him with his own power. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
You know, and then at least I go, oh wow, it took all that effort to use all that electricity to kill her because she was bad. Like, do like a back and forth thing or something.
Or show us like the good version, like the light side version of the Force, like a pure blue light, like a Kamehameha.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, this movie would jump up a couple of points for me if she pulled a fucking Kamehameha wave out.
Holds her hands over her head and just starts gathering a soul bomb we'll finish that up in the next movie.
People of Star Wars, lend me your energy.
Holy shit, I'm getting out of here.
I did not know she was trained by King Kai.
Ben climbs from the pit and revives Rey using the Force. They share a moment and a kiss, and Finn's like, oh, damn it. He walks up to her afterwards. Hey, I know we just died, but the thing I wanted to tell you before,
you want to go to the dance?
The Star Wars dance.
Wouldn't it be fucking hysterical if like he revived her, they smooch, and then he dies, and then she revived him, they smooch, and then she dies, and then he revives her again. And they just get stuck in a revival loop until the end of time. That's the end of the movie.
It's a modern day Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. Well, this was we're not done. That's right. There's a gay kiss. Not my Star Wars.
Oh no. The Resistance, with the help from Lando and allies, defeat the Final Order. The heroes return to celebrate. Chewie finally gets his medal. It's stupid, but it's nice. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it's cute.
And then Rey finds the Lars homestead.
Yeah, sure.
I guess
sure someone wrote it down somewhere. Or...
Yeah, probably, yeah. She buries Luke and Leia's lightsaber and ignites her own yellow-bladed lightsaber. I'm assuming she just made that.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah, where the hell did it come from?
The crystals. So the way in Star Wars, the way it's supposed to go is that the crystals are like they don't have a color until a Jedi finds their crystal, and then like it's the crystal sort of becomes a color based on the Jedi's personality / like their goals and what they want to do and their strengths. I would assume that maybe Luke had some extra crystals sitting around in the hut there or something. I don't know, because like. It's not like Luke's blade was green and Leia's was blue, and then the other one was blue. So like, the yellow doesn't come from any of that.
But it's like when we had this whole scene earlier in the movie of like Rey handing over Luke's lightsaber to Leia and be like, I haven't earned this. Mm-hmm. And then they just give her Leia's lightsaber, but then later on she has this lightsaber. It's almost like, well, I don't know, maybe we could have seen a journey of her getting this lightsaber instead of it appearing at the end and going, where the fuck did that come from?
Mm-hmm. It's a whole journey for her to find herself, for her to ultimately just take someone else's name.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've become my own person. I don't know, Skywalker, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I also like this woman does not want Rey around. Who are you?
Yeah.
It's like, Rey. Rey who?
What the fuck? What difference? We're in the desert. What difference does it make to you?
Right. You don't owe this woman anything, so you could have just been like, yeah, I'm Rey. And
they
just keep moving.
That's the second time it's happened, because earlier in the movie, too, they asked, what's your last name? It's like, no one ever asks Poe his last name.
Right.
No, it's just Rey.
But, like, it would have been also funny if they pulled, like, a Family Guy where, what's your last name? She's like, she looks up in the sky, and then she sees somebody walking. She's like, Walker. Skywalker.
P tier. Damn it.
But yeah, the twin suns set, and she looks on, and that's the end of the Skywalker saga.
Well, what's nice though, the twin suns are setting, and then Luke and Leia are there, the twins, and they're the sun is setting on them too. Like
yes,
they have resolution, and they have those twins are. And I for that same reason, I do like the dyad, because it's almost like another version of their twins. Like
yeah,
that's cool. I mean, I think this was better than I thought it was going to be, but also not that good. So
I didn't like this at all. I found this movie very annoying.
It's very clearly like haphazardly smushed together. It's like a bunch of different ideas that they had lying around.
Yeah.
They're like, let's just do that. We need a movie like right now for some reason. Why take our time?
Like, I think when they cower out of killing Chewbacca in what is objectively a cool way and an impactful way, because isn't there, like, in the comics or in the book, Chewbacca dies but he gets squished by something? Like, doesn't he get hit by a moon?
Yeah, that does happen in the extended universe.
Yeah, Chewbacca gets
crushed by a moon or something.
Yeah, and so this is objectively cooler than that.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're walking it back and then you're just farting around with 3PO, and I find this movie annoying, and we're constantly just resetting the status quo.
Yeah. That's no good. I will say this is very Star Wars in that it builds to something really well and then ultimately lets you down.
Yep.
That's Star Wars. As someone who's just ingested all 9 Star Warses, that's very Star Wars. Except for the prequels. The prequels are the only ones that they build to something and it pays off.
Yeah.
It's just the build-up's trash.
The payoff is the only, the enjoyable bit.
Yeah.
And they do everything, and they have 2.5 movies of just nothing that's happening is relevant to the movies that we see. Nothing. And then in the last 45 minutes of the third movie, they're like, all right, now we got to get everyone set up for where they're going to be for the next, it's like, you had 3 movies to do this, George. I don't understand why you waited. You're fucking procrastinator, dude.
You know what it was? He was like, guys, I wrote 6 episodes. And then he realized, like, as they were filming the first one, or as he was writing the first one, he was like, shit, I only have 1. Fuck.
Yeah.
I gotta stretch this out. They find him when he's a kid, and he does a drag race. It's pretty sick.
Should we go to Letterboxd?
Yeah. I think that this.
I'm already there.
I think that this is on par with the last two. Generally, I'd say this is a little worse.
Yeah, definitely
But like
worse.
they're all of the same quality in my view.
I think this is a 2-star movie.
I think the 3 tops. I think that The Last Jedi is not a very good Star Wars movie, but like it's a very well-made movie. Versus this is just kind of a mishmash of this is J.J. Abrams playing with his Hasbro Star Wars toys and going and hitting them together, and then the Emperor's there, and then Rey's there. I don't know. It feels of all 3 movies, this feels the most like fan fiction-y.
Yeah. I'd say 2.5 for me. It's right in the middle.
All right.
When it's good, it's pretty good, and you know what? It looks good.
It does. The movie looks very. The last fight scene, all those ships, like there's just so much going on the screen. It was almost too much. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to like outdo like Lando should have just been like on your left. Like it would have might as well have just done that. You know.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't know. I think generally, my opinion of Star Wars is, at times it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody were to ask me, do you like Star Wars? At this point in my life, I could say, yeah, I like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's all right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of crap,
There
There's-
sure,
yeah,
there
I think-
sure is.
and I
There's
think
more
this is crap.
There's more crap than good, but like the good stuff outweighs the crap.
Yeah.
Because when it's
Yeah.
good, it's great. Even the bad ones, like when they have good moments, like the last fight scene of Phantom Menace is fucking cool.
Yeah.
No,
That
is
movie
cool.
sucks a fat asshole.
Oof, yeah.
Hey,
What?
pod racing's cool.
Yeah, I have a hard
Yeah,
time
but it
deciding
goes on
which
too
one's worse between the first, between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones is the worst one.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? Attack of the Clones is, I think, easier to watch than Phantom Menace, though.
Because no
I'll-
Jar Jar.
Well, and there's like more lightsaber scene. Like there's
Okay.
there's more entertainment value.
I remember
Um,
being less bored in the second
Yes, it's a worse movie by far, but
Okay.
But yeah, I think they kind of dropped the ball with the sequels, but at the same time, there's some really good stuff. Like we said, the Rey and Kylo stuff, really good. I actually like what they did with Luke a lot in the last one, and yeah. So I would say 2.5 for this one.
Well, that's what I locked in on Letterboxd.
Oh hell yeah! I would say for all of Star Wars, I'd say 3 stars.
Okay, I think that's a fair fair rating.
Yeah.
overall.
I have 4 trivia questions.
I've got 3 trivia questions.
I have none, as usual.
All right. Well, I'll go first. When Chewie is playing space chess with Poe and Finn, how old does Poe say Chewie is? 200 years old, 225 years old, 250 years old, 300 years old.
Mark,
Andy.
Mark.
250.
It is 250.
Damn. I was gonna say 3.
That's an old man. Old enough to be president. God,
How old is it? How old do you think Itchy is?
Oh, 1 billion.
Yeah. And Lumpy? You think Lumpy's he's like 60? What do you think?
Lumpy died.
Lumpy, he actually fell off when he was walking on the pole outside.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The rest of it was all a bad dream.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the working title of this movie? Was it Star Wars: The
Blue
Final
Harvest.
Battle? No. Star Wars: The Return of the Sith. Star Wars: Black Diamond. Star Wars: The Final Order.
What? There's
How many options are there?
4. Star Wars: The Final Bout. Star Wars: The Return of the Sith.
oh.
Star Wars: Black Diamond. Star Wars: The Final Order.
I like the idea of Black Diamond because it makes me think they're just skiing.
Yeah.
We're taking a nice ski vacation.
Probably Black Diamond.
Yes, correct.
Sorry, I didn't know.
I don't know why.
Because they with these big movies, they'll use like code names to get like movies that like Black Diamond. If you ever see like outtakes from Avengers movie, they like have the movie slat and like it'll be like the bus ride. You know what I mean? Like it's not like at all the movie.
Yeah, because it was sacred. But also, it was, from what I read on IMDb, it was called Star Wars Black Diamond. So it's
interesting.
Like, all right, well, that's still Star Wars.
Yeah.
You didn't hide that secret too well.
That's fair.
How many languages does C-3PO speak according to Poe? 12 quazillion, 19 portrillion, 10 patrillion, 23 fazillion.
Andy. The first one.
No, it is not 12 quazillion.
Damn.
He says one of these, really?
Yes, he does.
Mark. The third one.
Nope, it is not 10 patrillion. Is it?
Andy, the last one.
It is. It is 23 fazillion.
So, do you think that that's a real Star Wars number, or you think that's a made-up number?
I think it's real, and I'm going to say this because quazillion, portrillion, and patrillion all have like the squigglies under them telling me I've spelt the word incorrectly, but fazillion does not.
Holy shit.
Interesting.
That's crazy. This is a recycled question, but I couldn't help myself. Mark Hamill is quoted as saying the blue milk tasted, quote, ghastly, haunter, or Gengar.
Rob. Ghastly.
Thank you.
Cubone.
What is the name of the moon where the ruins of the second Death Star are located? Endor, Kef Bir, Yavin 4, Ach 2.
And
Mark.
At the same time.
Kef Bir.
2, the second one.
It is Kef Bir, yeah.
Yeah, because you said it earlier.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I realized that when I was doing it. I was like,
yeah.
Yo, let me get a Kef Brewski, brother. You know
nice.
Who was not ever attached to direct this movie? Was it Rian Johnson, Colin Trevorrow, Neil Blomkamp?
Mark. Rian Johnson.
No, he was attached to direct this at first.
What?
Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
Neil Blomkamp.
That is correct. Neil Blomkamp himself, the inventor of the Blomkamp.
He was attached, I think right around this time, he was attached to like an alien project.
Yeah, he's often like attached to things and then they drop him.
Yeah.
He made one of the best movies I've ever seen.
What, District 9?
District 9. Yeah.
That's a good one.
It is a very good movie.
What is the name of the alien that gives Poe and Finn the message from the spy? Coolio, Bulio, Fulio, Julio.
Andy. What was the second one?
Bulio. It is Bulio.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Eh.
Yeah, it was absolutely Bulio.
Yeah, just throwing names at a wall. Just have letters on a wall and they're throwing darts and it's hitting it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
My note for future Star Wars is more Babu Frick.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, that guy was just chewing scenery, brother.
I think Babu Frick's in some of like the TV shit.
Yeah, I think he shows up in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because he has to fix the robot voiced by Taika Waititi.
Yes, that's correct.
Nice.
And you could tell Taika Waititi was like, I'm not coming back. You can use what I've already recorded and just repeat it. Because that's all the droid does when they bring him back.
I wrote a song.
That's insane. I don't know why you would do something like that.
That's kind of what we do here at the Royds Review podcast.
Well, that's crazy. You know why? Because I also wrote a fucking song.
God damn it, guys. One of us is going to have to go home and change because I also wrote a song.
Oh,
Jesus.
Shit. Oh, shit.
And we've really fucked this up, guys.
Fuck.
All right. Hang on.
Can't unwrite my song.
You can. You can unwrite it.
How?
I'll let you do it.
But how?
Suck it back in, Andy.
Yeah.
Right. I pooped.
Well, you know what else I have? A wheel of names.
Wheel of names. Wow, Jinx, you owe me a kiss on the head of my penis.
Oh, I don't like this at all. So let's spin the wheel of names and see who's going first.
Woo! Hey, that's me.
It's Andy.
All right. My song is called Skywalker. And it's kind of, it's kind of just like a bow on my whole rock apparatus journey. That was a play on words for opera. It didn't work.
I like it.
So yeah, there's some returning themes, but there's some new stuff. Yeah, I'll just let you play it. It's called Skywalker. You tell me of my fate, how I strike you down and you're born again. You've been lying in wait. No Jedi can stop you. But I hear the voices of those who stood in your way, and I'm begging to my feet again to put you in your grave. I am one with the Force. I am one with nostalgia. The Force is with me. Nostalgia is with me. My son is alive. Kylo Ren has died. In his heart, he knows he's got to come home. I know what I must do. Drop my guard and go with you. This darkness now gone, and I miss my dad and mom. The Force is with me. I am one with the Force. The Force is with me. The Force is with. I am one with the Force. My destiny has changed. I'm no longer your weapon. There's a balance within me, and now I can see exactly who to be. Skywalker. That's my song called Skywalker.
That was really good.
Yeah, I like
Thank you.
it. Really, I think you did a better job at pulling together the themes of the last 6 movies or 9 movies than the movie did. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Did you guys feel as though there's too much like bass, not like bass guitar, but like the frequency of bass?
At the very end, right after the it's sort of you do the I don't know how to describe it, but the last portion of the song, it felt like it was very bassy, like on that end, like the guitar was a little muted.
I gotta go in there and fuck around with the EQ,
but I mean,
thematically
I really liked it. I really like that, and I like that throughout. That's been in a couple of the Star Wars songs. I really like that theme.
Yeah, that's Han Solo's theme.
Yeah,
so I put it in here because he's in this.
He is.
Yeah. And you
blink and you miss him.
You did the McClunky thing again. I like.
I did. That's my I thought it was Luke's, but I think it's just like the Star Wars journey. It's just that's the theme for it,
And you pulled it from stuff from the Rogue One song too. That was in there. The Force is with me stuff.
That's also like the general Star Wars thing. Those two things go together. But
I thought you tied it all together really well. Somehow Andy pulled it off.
Well, thank you. I appreciate all your kind words. I will say that I think, even though I think Star Wars generally is like a 3. I think I've written some of the greatest music I've ever written in my life about Star Wars. So
yeah,
whatever that means.
Star Wars is a very it's almost one of those things where it's like its impact is greater than the actual like art itself.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Again, I think the only one that lives up to it is
Empire.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire. Yep.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back. That's the only one that's the good one. But let's spin that wheel, Robbie.
Oh, that's an excellent idea. It's spinning. Let's see. Oh, it's Robbie.
That's you.
Yeah. So my song is called Somehow.
Very good title.
Nice.
Yeah. It's also wrapping up my little 3 trilogies of Star Wars songs and the Rogue One, I guess. I went for a much bigger, cheesier ending than Andy did. Mine's definitely a lot cheesier. It's just cheesier. I don't know. Here we go. It's called Somehow, and it goes like this.
It's the family way. It's what I was born into, but I'm going to break these chains. A vicious cycle, but it all ends with me. And as those two suns set, we are finally free. Somehow we're back to the start. Somehow I can't trust my heart. I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. May the Force be with you, and also with you. 'Cause I feel the Force, can you feel it too? I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. May the Force be with you, and also with you. 'Cause I feel the Force, can you feel it too? I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. May the Force be with you, and also with you. 'Cause I feel the Force, can you feel it too?
That was my song called Somehow.
I really like that. That was very good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It went a lot of different little places that I wasn't
Thank you.
expecting it to.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I like the bass line. It was
Mm.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. And like the guitar harmonies going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Big,
Yeah, I did
too.
a lot of. It was funny because I ran out of time because I did a lot of guitar harmonies, and I was like, I haven't done any vocals yet.
Yeah.
And that was this morning.
Damn.
No, but yeah, so I had the lyrics written at least, so that's good.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
it was
so
good.
yeah,
The guitar
thanks.
harmonies sort of brings a comparison to the the Force dyad, the two against the one.
yeah, that's
Musical
exactly what I was
themes,
thinking.
yeah.
But yeah, so that kind of wraps it up. I don't think we're gonna do Solo because there's no fucking point. And if they make any more of these movies, fuck them.
Yeah, I mean they could be good. You never
No,
know.
who knows? Who knows? You don't know
Yeah.
until you see them.
There's 2.5 seasons of The Mandalorian that are pretty solid.
That's fair. That's fair. And those few episodes of Boba Fett, which are just the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I hear I mean you guys said Andor's really good.
Andor's
enjoyed
good.
Andor.
Yeah.
I like
what
I liked Ahsoka, but I think that like it's definitely not like a casual. You have to have watched like Rebels to really kind of understand what's going on. They did a good
Yeah.
job though.
You got to watch like 6 seasons of cartoons
It's
to
true,
get Ahsoka.
but that's very good TV though. I really liked Rebels. I thought that was worth watching.
A lot of people I know like it. I haven't seen it.
What about the new one, Skeleton something?
People like that too.
I've
Yeah, I
only
hear
seen the
it's good.
first episode. I did like the characters. I just haven't really had a minute, but I did. It felt like Space Goonies or something. Like I enjoyed it. I got
Skelly Boys, I think it's called.
Skelly Boys.
Space Gooners.
Yeah, Space
Nice.
Gooners.
Yeah. I'm gonna spin this wheel one more time, guys.
Yep, spin it.
You
Do
sure
your
you have to?
worst.
I didn't have to, but I did.
It's me.
And it's Mark.
Holy shit! Who saw that coming?
I didn't. Mark, tell us about your song.
My song is called Correct the Course because that's what I felt like they had to do. Didn't have a huge ton of time this week to do it, but I think I got it's okay. But I took a lot of inspiration from like some 90s like Toadies sort of alternative crunchy alternative rock from the 90s because I felt like I'm not sure. I tried to bring back together some themes from the last two songs, and I had a hard time getting it together, so I simplified it, and hopefully it sounds okay. I went with vibes on this one,
I like it. What's it called one more time?
Correct the course.
Gotta correct the course, steer this ship to waters more familiar. If I can find a way to keep the things that came before, I will. Don't over-explain the force, don't make everything feel so conciliar. Maybe we get Palpatine to say that he was never really killed. Gotta bring a big bad back. Gotta make it feel like he was there all along. Even though the sense may lack. When was the last time that we saw the bad guy die? 'Cause he fell into a hole and landed in a great big explosion. Maybe he survived 'cause of force or will or clones. He suffers greatly from hand erosion. Gotta bring the mystery back. Gotta make it feel like it was there all along. Even though the twist may lack. When was the last time that you saw the good guy die and her friend fell in a hole? He came back out and swapped out their positions. We can have the good guy bring the bad guy back to good. But maybe we don't have much exposition.
Yeah, that's my song. I had a whole bit where it did like the end of it went all Freebird, but I just didn't do it. It was just like fade out.
So imagine a big solo there.
Yeah, just imagine like a big like Freebird, like quality guitar solo at the end.
Yeah.
But
I liked it. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was a cool vibe. I had a lot of time. I don't know. I had a hard time recording this song for some reason, so I just ended up simplifying it, and the chords were all standing on top of each other. So I just did some palm muted like power chords and stuff, and it sounds okay. I think I could have done more, but I was tired.
Well,
Tired, old and weak, like Palpatine with his hands are all bruised up.
Robbie and I are the dyad.
Yeah.
Absorbed by energy.
You went with vibes, and the vibes were good.
Yeah,
Yep.
I tried. Thank you.
I liked it.
Well, this ends a long-running saga in which the Royds and Mark cover the Star Wars movies. Wow, what a journey!
Yeah, especially the Christmas special.
That's true.
Oh my God,
That's several journeys of its own.
I almost forgot about that.
You mean blocked
I
it
was
out
happy.
of your
I
memory?
was happy, and then I remembered it, and now I'm sad.
Now you got to give your therapist a call again.
Yeah. Robbie, what we got going on next week?
That's an excellent question. Next week, we are doing Boondock Saints for St. Patrick's Day.
Wow.
Nice.
Hoity-toity-toity-toity-toy.
That's it.
Hoy, I'm the Boondock Saints, laddie. Hoity-toity-toity-toy.
That's my favorite part of the movie.
Now,
Yeah.
does this tie in with the Boondocks at all?
I don't think
Like
so.
the cartoon?
I can't say for sure because I haven't seen the Boondock Saints.
Me neither.
I don't.
But
think
I've watched
nothing to
the
do with it.
Boondocks.
Same, and I don't think they're connected in any way.
Yeah, because I don't know why we do this for St. Patrick's Day if it was the Boondocks.
That's true.
I don't know why. They're Black Irish, that's why.
There you go. Let me tell you where
That's
you
not
can
true.
find the music. You go to Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, wherever you get your music, and you search The Royds. And there you will find several collections of podcast songs, but also, regular recorded songs that aren't about movies, So that's
Regular
cool.
rocks and rolls.
Yeah. Robbie, do you have another platform that they could find the music?
Oh, they could find. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, fuck. Ear cum.
Well, I did put you on the spot, so
You did. That's on you.
that's on me. I got ear cum on me. If you want everything, you go to TheRoydsBandcamp.com and you will find everything, including guest songs like Mark's songs, bonus songs. Every song from The Royds will be there. Check it out. Also, all the songs are on YouTube. Robbie, tell us more about the socials.
You go to Instagram. You go to YouTube. You go to TikTok. You go to Reddit. You type in the Royds Band.
Flim
there-
Flam.
Oh, you can find us on Flim Flam.
Yeah.
And just type that in, the Royds Band, and there we are. And you can interact with us there, suggest a movie, and we'll do it. Send us an email at roydsreview@gmail.com. Wherever you are listening to us, give us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps out me and you. You being Andy. I said that before, and I just liked it.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Mark, you got anything you want to promote?
I do not. Just as always, double down. Listen to the Royds twice.
Listen to it twice. I love it. All right, next week, Boondock Saints.
Well, Mark, thank you again for joining us. It's always a
Thanks
pleasure.
for having me. Always a pleasure. Always happy to talk about Star Wars, really in any capacity. So that's nice to put a little, as you said, put a bow on this, and it'll be fun to do something different next time.
Put a Poe on this.
No, put
Hey.
a nice Dameron Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next week, Boondock Saints. Go tickle your taints. Bye, everybody.
We'll see you later.
Bye bye.